Hey guys, I just wanted to put this video together. It's been probably about 4 years now since I last did a video like this, more on a kind of one-to-one basis. So apologies first of all if the sound quality is not that good, because I've realised I'm actually facing into the wind. So if I go this way and try and do it from this way instead, hopefully you'll hear the there we go, hopefully you should hear the sound a little bit better. Yeah, so it's been about 4 years now since I last did this video, and a lot has changed in the last 4 years, but what I wanted to talk about today was mental health. My mental health probably started back in March of 2020, and at the time it was time with the first lockdown, so that didn't help the situation anymore. And then sadly in June of that year, I lost my partner that I'd had for 10 years. But it's strange when people say to you, obviously time moves on and you do reflect on things a lot differently. And you know, 4 years ago I wouldn't have been able to do videos like this, purely because everything would have been too difficult for me to talk about. And I'm not trying to say that I'm a bit of a stone now and I'm kind of, you know, not affected by it anymore, because I am. And I think there just comes a time in your life that you just kind of have to take ownership of what's going on, and it's not that easy, especially when you're by yourself. You know, there are things in life that you just take for granted anymore, like the simple things like having a hug from somebody, you know, going home to somebody at the end of the day, or talking to somebody on a daily basis about how your day's been, how theirs day been. Like I say, for me, 4 years is a long time, and personally I've gone through a lot, just like most people do when they're dealing with mental health. Like things like this just coming out today in the sunlight, so many people take that for granted. You know, I think through my mental health I struggled with social anxiety, situations where sorry, I'm distracted because I've just seen a little dragonfly. Yeah, just coming out into social situations, having to mix with people, having to interact, having to talk with them. And yeah, I could just go out for a walk and have my head down the floor and don't make eye contact with people, but then what's the point in going out? That does me no good. So I think this is a long process, and although 4 years to some people might sound a long time, I think when it comes to mental health, that can drag on for years. But I'm at the stage now where I'm finally starting to get out more and more now and interact with people, and I'm trying to push myself really to what I can do. And it's hasn't been easy. I have my neighbour saying, oh, you've always got your blinds closed and your curtains closed, you need to get out more and do this and do that. So he's just assuming that I'm keeping myself indoors because of mental health and, you know, keeping out the way. But part of that's true, but some of it's also because I'm not good with heat and sunlight. I suffer with hay fever, and I've never loved the sun to this extreme where I'm out and about. So, you know, I try and avoid it like a vampire most times. I think that's probably why I prefer spring and autumn weather, because at least you have a little bit of sunlight, but without the power of the sun. This kind of heat's just too oppressive for me. So, like I said, it's just personal choice. But the way he said it made it sound as though, you know, I wasn't doing enough to get out and about. And yeah, that might be the case, but I've got to do what's right for me, not what's right for somebody else. 4 years can be a long time for a lot of people, and so much can happen as well if you've got the right kind of support. That's the most important thing, right kind of support. Now me, because I just had my partner, I don't have, or didn't have, a kind of support team as such. And now I've got some really good and close friends that I can rely on, that kind of just listen to my woes, to be honest, because it doesn't do you any good just to try and battle it out in your own head. Problem shared and all that. So what I've been dealing with over that 4 years is isolation, social anxiety, depression, lack of motivation, and then it's just not just the mental aspect, it's also the physical aspect that it's had on my life. And for me, it's about weight gain, lack of confidence in myself, lack of self-respect, low moods, a lot of things going on. Yeah, I do find it very strange that, you know, there's so many people that offer great advice like, oh, just get out there, just start mixing with people, just start talking, just start doing this, just start doing that. And it'd be great if it was that easy, because then I would have been out of this situation, you know, a few years ago. But as it is, I've taken my own time over it, and yes, I could have done more, but at the time, knowing the kind of person that I am, I probably would have lost momentum with the effort that I'd made on myself. And I'm happy with the progress that I've made, because I'm now able to do things like this. What have I learned in the last 4 years by going through what I've gone through? I've gone through all different stages of depression, from what I can tell. It's the worst kind of depression I've ever felt or had in my life. But then again, it's been the most traumatic time of my life as well. So what it's taught me is resilience, patience, and maybe to be more understanding of people. And that's the thing, people just see everybody when you're out walking or when you're doing something in public where you're interacting with other people. You come across so many different people with different backgrounds. You have got no idea how their day has gone so far or what they're dealing with in their life. Like I said, one of the things is resilience. Resilience in the sense that you've just got to keep going. And it's not always that easy where you can do that. And so from my perspective, it's also about having the right people around you as well. People that will give you the confidence, give you the support, give you the time that you need. The bits that people don't see, like my close friends and things like that. So I have friends that I talk to every day. And we talk about a lot of things. Some things I don't talk to them about because I'm not exactly an open book about my life. There's certain things that I'd rather just keep to myself about how I'm feeling, my innermost kind of thoughts and feelings, because they're just for me. They're not for me to put on social media pages and everything else. I mean, I know I'm doing this video, but this to me is something that everybody's going through in terms of mental health. A video like this is very important because you don't have to be dealing with the same issues, but if you're dealing with any kind of social anxiety, stress, depression, mental health illness, sadness, grief, bereavement, anything like that. Videos like this can really help. My daily routine as such, on a good day, is doing things like this. It's getting out and about, getting some vitamin D, getting some fresh air, change of scenery. Don't even have to make a video, it's just getting out. It's the most important thing. For me, my major learns have been, like I said, resilience. Compassion is probably another one. Have more understanding about other people's own situation and appreciate what else somebody else might be going through. And I think for me, dealing with what I've dealt with so far, it has made me more understanding about everybody else. To be a better listener, that's definitely another good one. And I think the thing sometimes when you feel isolated and you're by yourself and you've got your own thoughts, it can be dangerous because you've only got one opinion and you can quite easily put yourself off doing something because you're scared of doing something. As somebody once told me, it's best to do the right thing rather than the easy thing. And that's very true. Trouble is, I've been doing the easy thing quite a lot because it felt comfortable to do that and it didn't put any pressure on myself. So yeah, if I look back over the 4 years, yes, I might have been able to push myself more, and I might have flourished better because I pushed myself. I don't know, but I think from my point of view, it's my life and I've dealt with it the best way that I felt comfortable doing that. Friends have given me advice on things, and the thing is with advice, you can either accept it or don't do anything with it. So to end the video, I just want to say thank you to all the people who've given me the support that I needed over that time. It's been 4 years for a project for myself, and it's basically been the best way that I could look after myself, make sure that I had enough sleep, that I ate well, and talked about any problems that I've been dealing with. And that's been the hardest part, is actually opening up and talking about things. And that's probably where most blokes don't do well on that, because they don't like opening up to talk about things that have affected them personally, because there's this stigma attached to men that they've got to be, you know, these protectors, providers. You know, I've got to stay strong, I can't, you know, show weakness. Apparently getting upset is a sign of weakness. Well, do you know, I would have agreed with that 20-30 years ago because I didn't know any different. But going through what I've gone through so far, I've had many a time where I've broken down, and not just in front of friends, but in front of, you know, absolute strangers that I've just started talking with, because that situation has been such a balm to my soul because of them taking time to listen to me. And then I end up, in my eyes, ruining it by getting upset. Well, to be honest, I've made the best of friends with people because I've shown my vulnerability, and that's what it's about. It's not having this suit of armor on all the time. Sometimes it's best just to get rid of the armor and let people see your vulnerability. Open up and don't assume that people are going to mistake your vulnerability for weakness. There are genuinely nice people out there, and people who will take time out for you and listen to what you've got to say. Not everybody, because everybody's got their own problems, like I said. So I'm not saying, you know, just talk to complete strangers and just start telling everything about your whole life. You can, if they're willing to listen and that's what they're there for, then fair enough. So yeah, final words of the day, because this is my video that I'm finishing now. I will be uploading this to YouTube because I feel it'll be beneficial for other people to watch this. And you know, you may pick bits out that you think, yeah, I can relate to this guy, or no, he's just talked a load of waffle for like 7 minutes or whatever it's been. But the thing is, we all have a life, we all get on with our own problems in different ways, and we all deal with situations in different ways. Doesn't mean to say that they're right and I'm wrong, or vice versa. If you've got a problem and you're feeling that low that you are even contemplating taking your own life, then my recommendation is that you need to speak to someone sooner rather than later. Don't be brave about it. If you get upset, you get upset. I'd be a bit concerned if you didn't get upset when you're discussing something that's quite personal and quite emotional to you. So don't think you've just got to be like this big, you know, hard man that can't act tough, or can't act soft in front of his mates, or get emotional. I'm sure they'd prefer to have you around than find out or read about your death in the local paper or something. So as harsh as that sounds, that's what it's about. You know, make the difference in your life to actually doing something about it. Don't just sit alone, and don't stress about your problems on your own. So I'm living proof. I mean, it's like I said, it's only been 4 years, and I know I probably haven't gone through as much as some people who have probably had to take time out of the normal everyday life of dealing with people. But it's not about, oh, I've had more problems than you, so that means I'm worse. No, it still means that you're dealing with problems that you're not facing. So speak to somebody, get it dealt with, then move on and learn from your experiences. Embrace it, you know, talk to other people that might be, use what you've learned in that time to pass on your knowledge to other people that may be going through what you did 4 years ago. The support wasn't there for me in the initial stage when my partner first passed away, so I did crumble. I did feel like just ending my life, and you know, I attempted it once and thankfully it didn't work. But it still doesn't mean to say that I've not thought about it since. I have sometimes, but I feel that I'm more mentally stronger to deal with those days where things are just piling up on top of me, and I've let it get to the point where I've let it rule my emotions for the whole day or the whole week. So just learn from it, and like I said, just move on and just deal with each situation as it comes up. Don't try and treat it like a you know, a one-off thing, because you're going to get these problems throughout your life anyway. So if anybody wants to get in contact with me, as well as my YouTube, I do have my Instagram page as well, which is redfox_UK on my Instagram. So if you want to reach out, if you found the video useful, please pass a comment, because it's not easy to sit here in the middle of the open space while you're trying to record something and kind of divulge how something's made you feel for the last 4 years, to condense it into a small video. There's probably more that I could talk about, but I think I've probably said enough today. So if it has been of some help to you, then by all means send me a message, a comment, whatever, if you found it useful. If you found some really great ways of getting yourself back to the everyday life of just having what is classed as a normal life, whatever that is, then great, drop me a comment and let me know what you did to get through things. You don't have to tell me your whole situation if you don't want to. That's your story, that's for you to tell. But like I said, if it's anything that you think that I could do with, brilliant. I'd be more than happy to take anything on board. So in the meantime, until the next video, take care of yourselves, guys, all right? And when I say guys, that's generic term, so I'm saying men and women, okay? I know obviously they always say it's like, oh, guys just means blokes. No, just take care of everybody, okay? Give yourself some love, show yourself some respect, listen to friends and family, have a good support team, and whenever you have days like this, when you think you can't do something, you probably can. You just need to push yourself just that little bit further. And then you too can just be having days where you're just going out for a walk when you least expected you'd be able to do that. Anyway, take care guys, until the next time, bye for now.